There was a clause in the thing that said, oh, for in-house made bread or something, like something so specific where like only Panera was like able to benefit and not have to do it.
Oh my God!
Try to give your honest opinion on this. How do you guys really feel about California's minimum wage going to $20?
I think it's f***ing great. Because I'm not here anymore.
I did not expect that.
Oh, what? You guys are just evil duo.
I don't like it.
I mean, that makes sense. If you don't live here, who gives a f?
I think it's stupid as f, man.
I think, wait, what did it jump from?
It's like 15 to 20, right?
That's a big jump. I think like doing it in stages is probably the best way to, if you need to do an increase. Because most states, they're long overdue for minimum wage. But then overall, I think the problem is overall economics, the way it works is like, obviously the business has to fund it somehow, right? So what are they going to do? They're going to cut out hours, they're going to cut employees, they're going to probably try to like invest in technology like kiosks instead of people that are cashiers, so you lose the personal touch. You're gonna limit, like, you're gonna try to operate your business with 1 or 2 guys that are getting paid $20 instead of now you have like 10 jobs there that are getting cut, whatever. And then you have to raise prices. So like there's an overall effect that like, you know, happens from this. But I think for the immediate and for the little guy that's just working there, that's like good for them. But if their job is like cut, then that means, yeah, you get $20 an hour, but then now you get nothing an hour.
In a job you used to have.
Yeah. So I don't know, man. It's a tough thing to kind of say. Like, is it a good thing or a bad thing? I don't know.
I think you sound like a mean person when you're like, no, everyone should get $20 an hour. And I think that's kind of the normal sentiment is like, why not? Why can't we get 20? But then you're right. The economic, educational view of that is you're getting this raise at the cost of your own job security.
Yeah.
Because then the layoffs across the board, I'll tell you guys what they are, and it's pretty heavy.
I think it's stupid as fuck.
It's too hard and too abrupt.
So from two perspectives. One, from a small business owner perspective, in 2015, I think in LA, they had an announcement that they were going to scale the minimum wage. I think it was going to be $1 a year or something like that, up to like $15 by the time it was 2020. So in any type of work environment, there is no other boss or management that's going to love you and care about you than a small business owner.
Oh, hell yeah.
Right? Like they have those after work conversations. They actually invest in you. They want to mentor you. They care about you. Some of them do retreats and shit like that. Like they really care about the long-term growth. So for us, what we were trying to do is how do we scale, and I can always talk specifically about our gym. We were trying to go, okay, how do we pay our staff $15 an hour? Because that's what we want to do. And then we came up with a plan only to see the official LA notice. It's gonna be $15 anyways. So we're like, oh my God. So now when they get paid $15 an hour, the staff won't feel the gratitude as much because they don't think that we're actually paying because of all these other things that we did. They just go, oh, that's what LA did. So now my allegiance is with LA. I love LA. And it creates this really dysfunctional environment. Versus if you just leave minimum wage at market value as what it's supposed to do, then when the bosses are able to give extra and do those extra things, you go, oh, cool, like this place is really taking care of me. If not, then I'll leave and find somewhere else that is really taking care of me. Versus when you force people to have to do things, it's almost like if we're dating and I'm like, you have to take me out on one date a fucking month. And it has to be $1,000.
California made it.
Yeah, and it's like, do you do it because you love me, or like, is this like how real is this relationship?
Yeah.
That part like sucks fucking ass. And then the other part is, of course, what Joe says, like whatever you scale here gets scaled on the back end. Yeah. So, I mean, we saw fucking those In-N-Out posts, right? It's like everything went up by 50 cents or 15 cents. So if minimum wage goes up to $20, your fucking Camry is gonna be $60,000 now. Good luck.
Damn.
Let me tell you the figures so you guys can get a good idea. So McDonald's is laying off 1,200 workers in California.
Damn.
They're doubling the electronic kiosks that they're gonna be like putting up.
Snap.
Pizza Hut's getting rid of 1,300 workers.
Wow.
they're going to be implementing the automated prep robots so that people aren't the ones making the.
Dude, this is not good.
Foster's Freeze. You know that they shut down that one location on the day of. There was a couple of businesses that just said we can't do it anymore.
I heard 99-cent store is closing down.
That's another thing.
And also Dollar Tree. Dollar Trees are closing down a lot.
I thought it was a mandatory $20 minimum wage for chains. I didn't.
Yeah.
I thought it wasn't for small businesses.
It's for, I think specifically this is for fast food chains.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Because it's like it depends on how many stores or something like that.
Yeah, you have to have like a thing.
But there's also a trickle down effect. If you're like, oh, Carl's Jr. is paying $20,
I'm out.
well, see you later, Jim's Burgers. You know, I'm going to Carl's Jr.
So the way that I guess they economically state this is that, okay, you get your $20 an hour at the expense of, what is it, like a few 100,000 people will benefit, but like a little less than a million will lose.
We'll lose, yeah.
So it's like the people losing is greater, apparently. And then, did you guys hear about the Newsom thing with the Panera?
No.
Oh yeah, I heard a little bit of.
Oh, they don't have to do it
they're
or
a bakery.
something.
Something happened where like, so they when this thing came into effect and Newsom had signed it, there was a clause in the thing that said, oh, for in-house made bread or something, like something so specific where like only Panera was like able to benefit and not
Panera
have
had
to do
an
it.
in
Yeah,
on the
and then they
political
found
side.
out the Panera guy was a huge donor for Newsom, and that.
Oh my gosh.
So then once the guy got found out, he was like, well, I know I'm not, he said like, I'm not privy to this law, but I'll participate anyway. Like,
Interesting. Interesting. Publicly also.
Newsom's a clown, man. God damn, dude.
yeah, like only for that, like that's really funny. But now he's in it. El Pollo Loco is also implementing prep robots and shit,
Oh, dude.
which really.
So I recently had to increase in January in Hawaii. So the minimum wage in 2023 was $12, and we wanted to be competitive, so we got it in 2021, 2022 to 13, so we got $1 over. And then 2024 January, it was mandatory that it be 14.
Damn.
So $1 doesn't sound like a lot, but then in the grand scheme of things, it is a lot. And then it's like obviously we do want to give as much as we can, right? And then like, because they work hard for it, they deserve it. But at the same time, what we had to do was increase our prices by a lot. So now our drinks are around $9. It used to be $6, and that's just how the math works out.
That still sounds cheap to me.
Dude, that's honestly, that's the LA price.
Yeah.
That's the LA price.
I was like $9, damn.
tonic coffee for $9. Like what the? It's a coffee.
But the difference is, since everyone has to do it together, so all of Waikiki is charging like that comparatively.
Oh, man.
So it's like you're getting a drink or coffee for like $10, right? It's a lot, but then that's what you have to do. You have to adjust. And you know what sucks is the business owners are always called the greedy, mean motherfuckers. When it's like, what about the landlord that's charging them up the fucking ass?
Yeah.
What about the government with all the taxes and the mandatory fees and all these other
The
things?
permits, the taxes.
What people don't know is like when they talk about how 9 out of 10 businesses fail every fucking year, it's mostly restaurants. That's what people don't know. It's like it's mostly restaurants. It's mostly like mom and pop. People just like they have a dream. They want to go out there and like, you know, their aunt was like, you know, you make the greatest tamales or whatever, right? And then they save up this money, they take on these loans, they spend hundreds of thousands of dollars, and then they open up this shop. They're fucking bleeding dry. Like they don't really make a profit for the first 5 years.
Yeah.
And this is even when you have a small chain, like even Junbi, like we're a franchise, right? But that's just the nature of the restaurant industry. And to build it, it's like you got to build a house. Like you got to build the whole kitchen out. You got to build the whole restaurant out, right? That's hundreds of thousands of dollars that you upfront build. And then you're just like paying your loan off while you're trying to make money. And most restaurants, their margins, if you're lucky, you're making 10%. So that means to make $100,000 profit, you got to sell $1 million worth of product. And a lot of people just don't know these numbers. Like they think, oh, fuck, this store's making like $100,000 a month. But what if it takes $150,000 to run? So you just see like the gross number. And then this is the problem is people don't understand business enough to make a a good judgment. It's not their fault. Like people specialize, right? That's like the economy that we're in. People like you do one job, like you're a teacher, you're whatever, you do one thing, right? So then you get a salary, and so they don't understand how the ecosystem works. And then it's easy to think, oh, like you fucking evil motherfucker taking all this money. But the majority of business owners are just like normal mom and pop. And then, you know, yeah, you have these big corporations and all, but even them, like, if they're a franchise, it's normal, like, everyday mom and pops that are buying into the franchise or whatever. Like, so, like, what sucks is that, let's say you hate Walmart or you hate Amazon or whatever, right? They'll look at the sandwich shop the same fucking way that they look at the Walmart people, and then they go, fuck these business owners, and then they want to put in these laws to punish those guys. But what ends up happening is all of our small businesses get punished because we don't have the lawyers, we don't have the power to fight back. And then these guys, they can maneuver through the taxes. You could try to eat the rich, you could do all that shit, but they have all the resources to dodge all the taxes and do all that. So what ends up happening is like the small business owners, we get fucked because it's like we don't have the team of, you know, $1 million like accounting firms that can maneuver all the shit when IRS comes after us. So it's like those laws get put in place, but they're not doing the damage to the people that you want to like get at.
Yeah,
it ends up fucking up the middle class, and it's like,
down.
Yeah. It's just because someone owns a shop too. It's like you don't know how much they make. Like there's people out there that have bars and shit that are making millions, but they're in debt. So like that's what they don't get is like not everyone's like out there like swimming in money while you're suffering. Like I think
It's rare.
everyone's grinding. Yeah.
Why y'all even do this then, man?
We have dreams, bro. We have dreams.